and Vico just all but exposed at this point, trying to continue buying themselves a little bit more time, a little bit more placement. What it seems so promising is now just the wave turning completely against them. Flixie tries to see if he can get the confirmation, Elam, but it's going to be the end of the road here in Game 1 for our Major 1 Finals champions. And tough scenes. Can't say the same, though, for Keto, Hydro, and Turtle. They're looking to set themselves up nicely here on the high ground, and nobody anywhere near.
Yeah, they had to set themselves up with a lot of...
Seti, Hari, Cammy, though, they look like they're setting themselves up nicely to try and go for a counteractive push onto the high ground. Malibuca walks Ping. They're just caught in the congestion inside the mid and low. Finally going to look to try and break their way through. That knock onto Chap. The siphon going to come into effect any moment here for Ping, but instead, he's got to keep the job cruising. Can't afford to slow down for even a moment with the way that this lobby is just looking to collapse all around them. And they're not the only ones finding themselves in this scenario, Mini. We saw this stage of the high ground, and Keto, Hydro, Turtle, they're doing a pretty solid job of holding on to it for the time being, but they don't have a whole lot of ammunition left. Hydro can only continue to suppress for so much longer. They're going to have to get up close and personal.
Look at where that zone pulls, though, all the way over the hill. So for the low ground teams like Seti, Hammy, and Chari, it's just going to be difficult for them to traverse their way up. They're trying their best. They're getting shut down by Kaizo, Hydro, and Turtle, who are doing an excellent job at doing that. But that's going to be a disaster for the other team up on height. Can they try and solo clutch this now? Or duo clutch this, I should say. As Ping walks, Malibuca try and take height. It's Ping on his own. Malibuca falls. It's all up to Ping. Or is it Hydro and Turtle?
It's Hydro and Turtle looking to shut down Ping. Ping might have bought himself a little bit more time, a couple more placements, but Hydro, he's actually going to be the next one to fall damage himself. And Turtle, now what looked to be such a recipe for success here on the high ground, it's going to be a lone Turtle trying to drop all the way down to the bottom, hoping to remain as concealed as possible. Still has a decent amount of heals, but Trexer, Cheat, and Robin, this might have just been hand-delivered victories for them. They're just going to continue to spray down. They know there's not a whole lot standing between them. It's only Mixin. It's only Turtle. They're trying to do what they can to prevent themselves from being fully exposed, but Mixin only has so much HP left to work with, and Cheatin is just so relentless alongside Robin. They're not even looking in Turtle's direction any longer, but they might have to backtrack here. Mixin finally going to find himself being collected by Cheatin, Robin, and Trexer, but this is all doomed from the finish here. The moment that we saw.
It's comfortable for now. I think as the day